Whenever I'm in Montgomery or Bucks County, you tend to find a lot of these stone walls, which I'm thinking maybe was a property divider at one time. So we've gotten a pretty good amount of snow so far this year. I would say like the past, I'd say like almost like the past 10 years, we don't get a lot of snow anymore in Pennsylvania, or at least it feels that way, but we're getting it this year. We're not even through January yet, and we've had several snowfalls. Some pretty large boulders here. And I don't know, I see a house up there, so I don't know if that's somebody's home. I believe it is. It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to determine where the park is and where private property, but I don't see any postings, so I might try to make my way up there at some point. All right, so we have our first little challenge here, as we have a creek, right? I guess, Tone? A creek or whatever. These are probably rocks here. I see deer tracks. I think these are rocks. Tony, follow me. I got it figured out. I say that, and I can tell this ice is thin, so I'm hoping these are rocks. Careful on that one, Tone. It's kind of cool. You can hear the water underneath the ice. We found a little side trail. We really have no idea about this place. And it's snow, so it's kind of hard to know what's trail and what's not. But whenever I see a little side trail, I definitely like to check it out. Whenever I'm hiking in the snow, I'm always looking at these animal prints, trying to figure out what it was.
This might be hard coming down.
We'll be okay. We want to get a workout. Lots of nice rocks here. A lot of nice boulders piled up here. I always find it interesting how a tree can find a way to grow. I mean, this is a rock, this is a rock, that's a rock. And there you go, we have a tree growing out of it. There's a tree right there. Nature is pretty amazing. Of course, I have to climb up these rocks a little bit, but I want to be careful because it is icy today. You hear all that? Blue jays or crows? They sound really worked up, right? So when I come to a park like this where I don't know much about it, it's always nice to try to get to a high spot. That way you can kind of look over the lay of the land, see if there's anything interesting, maybe some old ruins or some beautiful natural areas. I'm really curious why those crows are just going crazy over there. So we're back on what appears to be a trail. So I kind of think there might be some ruins down here. I was watching a video, I believe it was PA Lumberjack or Lumberjack PA. I think it's PA Lumberjack. I'll put his channel down in the video. But I kind of feel I was watching his video and he came to like an old ruins from an old house, but not 100% sure it was this nature preserve, but I think it was. So I guess we'll find out. So the trail's getting a little more technical here. And normally this time of year, I say that this is the best time to come out and explore and look for old ruins or old foundations, but maybe not with the snow. But we will see what we see. Just kind of enjoy the nature and the bit of exercise we're both getting. That's what I told Tony. My most recent videos were sort of like ruins or abandoned places, more like exploring. Today I just wanted to get out and do a hike. There's something beautiful about hiking in the wintertime. It's just really peaceful. There's never a lot of people out here. You rarely run into anyone. So as I'm getting to the top of the hill, I'm breathing heavy. I'm seeing posted signs. So I don't know if this is the end of the park. I don't see any more human prints. So I think we want to go this direction.
That looks like a dog here.
So that's a large print. And that's a large print. And it's going right up over here. So I'm wondering if that is a bear. I'm kind of obsessed with trying to find a bear. And at the same time, I'm kind of afraid of it. And I did just go out and I bought a nice can of bear spray, but I don't have it with me. But then, you know, I was always under the impression that they were all hibernating this time of year, but I was just reading an article and that's not the case. They're not all hibernating in January. In fact, Tony, I was reading online, I saw a story where somewhere outside of like the Jim Thorpe area, a guy was attacked by a black bear. I think it was January of 2024. It was like a hungry bear.
Yeah.
He was okay because his buddy had a pistol and he shot it.
That
Kind of sad for the bear, but
sure this
I think if a bear attacked me, I would want Tony to shoot it. Right, Tony?
Yeah.
Tony and I are debating whether or not we're on a trail. I think we are. But anyway, I see this. So, Tony, this right here is, see the way the stones are lined up here? That looks like the corner of an old foundation, probably. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. But that is maybe about 3 feet high. So maybe it went all the way around. I don't know. But we will continue this way and see if we see anything else. Now these are sticker bushes, Tony. Oh, the sticker bushes don't necessarily go away in the winter, but they are easier to spot. I'm not going to continue this way unless I see something, because that is not a trail. I think we go this way. I think we're following animal trails at this point. But it's a nature preserve, or natural preserve. It's not a state park, so they don't really have anything marked here. So they're not marked trails, but in some ways, that's kind of cool. Kind of like to do my own thing when I come to places like this anyway. Now look at that. What is that? That, I don't know. Now, I know normally when I see bear tracks, they have like claws that you notice, obvious claws. That doesn't look like obvious claws, but that's a pretty big animal, Tony. I mean, unless it's a dog pushing up against it. See it? Maybe it's a baby Bigfoot.
Yeah.
A baby Sasquatch. This does not look like a trail. I think there's only so lost you can get in here though, right? I would say let's go this way. But and when I say I don't know if it's a trail, I don't see any other human prints. But it is a Sunday morning. Although this snowed in. Well, there we go. So I think we are back on trail. This is going to make for such... Oh, my God. It didn't come out on the... There's tons of ravens and hawks and everything flying around here. Oh, Tony.
What?
Look. Look through the woods.
Oh, my God, there's a fire.
Do you people see that? I'm never happy on a hike unless I find some ruins. All right, let's go up here. So this must have been somebody's homestead at one time, I'm thinking. And I would have walked right by it except for the fact I was looking at these... I don't know if you can see them, but there's a bunch of ravens flying around. I think they're ravens. They might actually be turkey vultures. I don't know. Anyway. Check this out, Tone. Can you make your way up here? Look at this. Look at this thing. What was this?
I'm not going to.
What do you think? Why? I think it was probably a root cellar, maybe?
Yeah.
Or a spring house. Look at this. Oh my God, very cool. I love finding things like this out in the woods. So I'm gonna have to do a little research, but this obviously was most likely somebody's homestead at one time.
You might be right. There might be bear. There's like a deer head not all chewed up.
Oh my God, Tony found a deer head all chewed up. So we kind of think there are bears around here. Oh God, Tone. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's really sad. That is really sad. So maybe, right? Bears? What would do that to a deer?
Maybe others.
Bears, but that's probably why we heard the vultures.
Yeah.
They were probably fighting over that. And then they saw us coming up here and they they moved away. Let's look at this fireplace. God, as I walk around that poor deer. But check this out. Nice fireplace.
You see that this was...
There's Tony. Tony, walk over close to the fireplace just so we see the perspective of it a little bit. There you go. Just saying that this was probably on a platform and maybe it overlooked everything because there is a cinder block here as I make sure. Oh, I'm sorry. That's really bothering me, Tony. And then we have this stone wall over here. More cinder blocks. So thinking, I don't know, maybe an 18th century homestead, and then the cinder blocks came later. I guess we don't know. The cinder blocks started being used in maybe the late 1800s, so I don't really know, but I'll try to do some research. I kind of took a quick Google of this place, and I didn't find much. So we'll see. All right, so look, Tony. There's blood. Do you think maybe the deer was shot? Because, I mean, you can't hunt here, but maybe it came from an area where it was shot. But you would think the hunter would have gotten to it. Yeah, oh God. Hopefully we're not going to get attacked by a bear. But do bears eat deer? I thought black bears were pretty much vegetarian. But like I told you, that story where I saw that guy that was attacked, it was in January and the bear was really thin. It was a starving bear.
Right.
So if a bear is still wandering around this time of year, they might attack. And again, I did not bring my bear spray. So Tony, you're gonna have to fight off the bears. Yep. Back of that fireplace. I want to try to work my way over here. I feel like I see a wall over here as well. But I'm not going to go that way. So maybe I work my way back this way. Oh God, I hate walking past that deer again. But I think we're going to have to, so... And I see a whole lot of birds, like vultures and hawks, and they're just, it's not going to come up, but they're all flying around here because I guess I interrupted their feeding session. But it's crazy. All that's left is really the head. All right, so I'm going to try to make my way up here and see if maybe there's more over here. I just told Tony not to wander too far away because I don't know my way around this place. Like I said, I don't think it's a place you can really get lost. So, all right, what I thought was a stone wall is not. I believe it is just another boulder. But that's a cool rock formation over there. So I am gonna, as I walk into some sticker bushes, I am gonna make my way over there. Check it out. That is a huge boulder. I'm thinking that's got to be... Here I go estimating the height again. I usually overestimate, but I'm going to try. But I'm going to try not to do that this time. I'm going to say that boulder is probably about 24, 25 feet high at its highest point. And as I walk around here, I'm a little apprehensive because... Well, I do believe they were bear tracks. I could be wrong, but I only see animal prints here, and some of them are pretty large. So, again, this is going to be a lot of fun if I come back here on a nice warm day. Kind of look for some caves and crevices and just kind of do a whole rock scrambling expedition. Wow, this is cool. Look at that tree. What makes a tree grow like that, right? Crazy. This is definitely a very cool area. See how the rocks, you got a boulder here, boulder here, boulder here. Kind of like a little shelter. This would probably be a cool place to kind of chill out, maybe. Well, it's not flat, so you can put your tent there, but then we have a tree. Now, I wish my buddy Carl was with me or could comment before I put it up, but I forget. He told me what they call this when a tree grows like a V. All right, let's see what's over here. Oh, please leave something in the comments. Me and Tony are talking about. I do think these are bear tracks, because what else would be going down there by itself in Pennsylvania? I think they're too big to be a fox, and I'm seeing these type of tracks all over the place. Coyote, maybe? I don't know. Actually, I've never seen a coyote in Pennsylvania, although everything I read, they're in every county. So I don't know. I think it's a bear.
Look at all these rocks here.
Oh, wow. More rocks. If you like rocks, This is a park you want to check out. I think it's kind of a hidden gem, little known secret, because I couldn't find much online. And when we were looking to park somewhere, we ran into a local woman and she was telling me that it's kind of unknown and not a lot of people come out here, which I think is a good thing because no spray paint, no crazy people, no people walking around with the radio on. So I like it. Yeah, this is a cool area, Tony. I love this. I'm glad we decided to come out here. It's refreshing to be out in nature again.
Yeah, it's not too cold.
Very cool. As I keep looking around, see if we find any other remnants from the past. But I'm thinking there wouldn't be much around here, right? I mean, how could you build out here? I'm kind of surprised there was a homestead. I mean, there's just rocks all over the place. Maybe that wasn't a homestead. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was like a park and they just had a fireplace and a pavilion. I don't know. If you're from the area, you may have some info for me. If you could, leave it in the comments. Always appreciated. Oh, you probably can't see that, but if you go straight up there, looks like there's a kind of like a little rock shelter, but that may be an exploration for another day. I'm in this area a lot, so I will definitely be back when it's not all snow covered. And that's kind of one of the things I want to do on my channel. There's a lot of places I went to already that I know a lot more about now. So I think I might do some revisits, which I know I follow some people on YouTube, and if they keep going the same place, it's kind of boring. But I wouldn't do it like too much, but there are a couple locations that I went to, or a couple that me and Tony went to, that I think would be kind of cool to go back to, maybe with a better flashlight and maybe a little more knowledge of the area. I say this in all my videos, this channel is a learning experience for me. And I do want to thank everyone out there that has been answering questions in the comments. It really does mean a lot. I know I keep obsessing over that, but that is a bear track, Tony. I'm pretty darn sure. This is beautiful.
It is. Yeah.
This is really nice. I'm kind of glad there's snow. As we follow animal tracks.
It's going to be like 40 or 50 here, I think. On Wednesday, isn't it? Like almost 50.
All right, so I'm seeing some boot tracks. So I think we're back on somewhat of a trail. So for about the last 15, 20 minutes, we've been, I mean, this is absolutely not a trail. We are just trying to work our way down. We have no idea where we are. I don't think this place is huge, so I don't think there's any worry of getting lost, but I'm kind of thinking if we can get back to the creek, we'll be okay. So my strategy right now is just to slowly make my way down this hill, get on some lowland, and hopefully we find the creek, and maybe we hike along the creek and find some cool stuff as well. That's the plan, at least. We made it down to the creek, which is frozen over.
Yeah, I think you want to go till you find a spot that the trail goes over that way, because that's the way you can.
So, Tony, we got to go this way eventually, though, right?
I don't think so.
I have no sense of direction.
Coming around. I'm thinking you want to go this way.
So somebody that's into hiking should have some sense of direction, or should use their navigation watch, which I did not use today.
Yeah, well, this isn't where we came over, because that's...
No, but this is pretty cool. Down by the creek.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. There's something nice about a frozen creek. I'm not going to step on it though, because it looks like it's probably starting to melt. I guess, I don't know. Is it over 30 degrees now? It might be. It feels like it definitely got warm.
It was probably pretty frozen a couple days ago. But I'm going to guess now it doesn't look real frozen now.
What are these, Tone? I don't think these are chicken of the woods, but they're kind of, I mean, they're just all brown. Maybe they're just, when they get old, they get like that. You think that is chicken of the woods?
I have no idea.
And I'm thinking, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to eat this. Oh, I never knew anything about it until somebody put a comment on my video that they're supposedly delicious. So, is this chicken of the woods? Whoa. I'm gonna walk down here for a second, check out the creek.
Yeah,
this is just beautiful.
Here's where we probably came across.
Always trying to find a way to enjoy the winter time. And a lot of times, or at least in previous years, I just wouldn't go out. But once you're out here, it's not so bad. Just gotta be careful where I'm stepping. Make sure it's not slippery. I don't need to crack my head open. So we made it back to where we crossed the creek. Thanks to Tim and his buddy who we ran into.
You might want to step there, not there.
He watches my YouTube channel, so I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I'll be careful. How did you get over?
Kind of the way we did. I think that's okay there, but you want to go on the other side of that.
Look at this, Tone. I don't know why I find stuff like this really interesting. I mean, it's not interesting, but it's cool, right? You see the moving water underneath the ice. And here, that ice is thick enough to stand on, but you can see the water moving underneath. So you could just imagine if the water was deep, right? And you were able to stand on the ice, if it ever broke through, see how fast the water's moving? You would just get sucked under the ice. So that wouldn't happen here, because obviously this water's about 3 inches deep, 6 inches deep, but
yeah, just kind of where the footprints are.
Anyway, crazy how my mind works. So I will follow the footprints. Tony says I'll be all right if I do that.
Right there, and then probably right there.
Yeah, actually this ice right here you can tell is thick.
Yeah, step there.
I'm just gonna step right there.
Well, that went through, but
I went through.
Yeah, some of this might be, like the white ones might be fairly. I don't know how.
I'm thinking, yes, you could walk on that. I don't really feel like it, but I mean, there's no danger to it. Yeah, you would slide.
You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
I'm not gonna run. No, but see, yeah, absolutely. That's thick ice. You could ice skate on that. But see,
that's got thinner.
Is that a thin spot there? Where it,
well,
does that mean
faster moving? That's why it's.
Yeah. All right. Don't play on the frozen ice.
Yeah, it was faster moving.
All right, so I made my way back to where we parked. But I just wanted to check out this, what is it called, Tony? What's this creek?
Ridge Valley Creek.
Ridge Valley Creek, which I'm guessing is the creek that we were just kind of walking near. But there's a cool old bridge over here I thought would be fun to check out. I'm just gonna take a quick look at the bridge, Tone, then I'll be ready. I can't, like, you never know when you're gonna come back to a place, so I really like to check everything out if possible. Oh, so it's hard to tell where the creek starts, but look at that bridge. It's beautiful, right? I think I'm actually on the creek now. But isn't this cool? Love these old bridges. Now, is this solid? It is. Oh yeah, you could ice skate on this, but I would never do something like this if this water was deep. And also, I'm right by my car, so if my feet get wet, I'll be okay. All right, so I think I'm just going to end my video here. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a cool place. I'm definitely going to come back in the spring or summer or fall because I think there's a lot that we missed, and it would be kind of nice to actually stick to a trail. But if you could, give the video a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.